Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our journey through the Bible. Today, we're diving into Numbers chapters 19 and 20, two chapters that are packed with profound lessons about purity, faith, and leadership. It's a fascinating section that bridges ritual law with a pivotal moment in the story of Moses and the Israelites. So, let's start with chapter 19. This chapter details a very specific and unusual ceremony, the ordinance of the red heifer. God commands the Israelites to find a flawless red heifer, one that has never been yoked. This heifer is then sacrificed outside the camp, and its ashes are mixed with water to create the water of purification. This special water was used to cleanse people who had come into contact with a dead body, which, under the law, made them ritually unclean. Now, this might sound a bit strange to our modern ears, but the symbolism here is incredibly powerful. Contact with death represented the ultimate consequence of sin. Therefore, this cleansing ritual was a constant, tangible reminder for the Israelites of their need for spiritual purification. It pointed forward to a greater cleansing that was to come. For Christians, the sacrifice of the red heifer is seen as a foreshadowing of Jesus' sacrifice. He was without blemish, sacrificed outside the city walls of Jerusalem, and his sacrifice provides the ultimate once-and-for-all purification from sin and death that no ritual could ever truly achieve. It's a beautiful picture of how the Old Testament constantly points toward the New. As we move into chapter 20, the scene shifts dramatically. The generation that had been judged at Kadesh Barnea has now passed away, and a new generation stands at the same location, on the brink of entering the Promised Land. But trouble is brewing. The first verse mentions the death of Miriam, Moses' sister. This is a quiet, somber moment, a personal loss for Moses and Aaron amidst their public duties. Shortly after, the people's old habits resurface. They find themselves without water, and they immediately begin to complain against Moses and Aaron. "Why did you bring us up out of Egypt to bring us to this evil place?" they cry. It's a heartbreaking echo of their parents' faithlessness. They had seen God provide for 40 years, yet their trust remained fragile. God, in his mercy, responds. He tells Moses to take his staff, gather the assembly, and speak to the rock before their eyes, that it may yield its water. God's instruction is simple and clear. Speak. But what happens next is one of the most tragic moments in Moses' life. Overcome with frustration and anger at the people's rebellion, Moses strikes the rock twice with his staff instead of speaking to it. Water gushes out, yes, but the act of disobedience has been committed in front of everyone. Moses, the great leader and prophet, let his anger get the best of him. He misrepresented God. Instead of showing God's power through a simple spoken word, he acted as if the miracle depended on his own forceful action. He and Aaron did not believe in God enough to honor him as holy in that moment. The consequence is severe. God tells them, "Because you did not believe in me, to hallow me in the eyes of the children of Israel, therefore you shall not bring this assembly into the land which I have given them." After 40 years of faithful service, Moses would not be the one to lead the people into their inheritance. This story is a powerful lesson for all of us. It teaches us about the seriousness of obedience, especially for those in leadership. It reminds us that our actions are a reflection of our faith and can either honor or dishonor God. It also shows us that even the greatest spiritual leaders are human and fallible. As the chapter closes, we see Israel denied passage through the land of Edom. And then we face another loss, the death of Aaron on Mount Hor. It's the end of an era. The high priest is gone, and his son Eleazar takes his place. These two chapters, side by side, show us God's provision for both ritual and moral purity, and the profound consequences of failing to trust and obey him. They are solemn, powerful reminders of God's holiness and his unwavering call for our faith. Thanks so much for joining me today to explore these chapters. I hope it's given you something to think about. If you found this helpful, please give the video a like, And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next study. See you next time.